Heard yet today, a bombshell in the Bashara case. Joe Gentz, the man who admitted to killing Jane Bashara, is trying to take it all back. He now says Bob Bashara had nothing to do with his wife's death. Good to have you with us today for Local 4 News at 5. A lot coming up, but let's start here with this truly stunning twist today in the case of Bob Bashara.
Stunning it is, Devin. Joe Gentz, you remember, he was the man who played a key role in Bob Bashara's conviction. Well, he's changing his story in a major way that could pave the way for a brand new trial for Bob Bashara. Let's get right to our Sean Lay. And Sean, what's going on here?
Carmen, we're starting with this because jaws could be dropping here all across Metro Detroit. Here's the deal. Joe Gentz has been talking in prison to an inmate. The result of those talks, this signed affidavit from Joe Gentz saying that he and he alone acted in the murder of Jane Bashara, that Bob Bashara had nothing to do with it. In fact, it's a signed document already filed in the court. Here's Joe Gentz's signature there. That means he is risking perjury, under the penalty of perjury, that he says he is now telling the truth. The bottom line to all this is that legal experts are saying it's a complete game changer for Bob Bashara, calling this affidavit from Joe Gentz a gift dropping right in Bob Bashara's lap. The sworn affidavit was filed just last week. Joe Gentz changing his story again, this time saying he told investigators from the start, quote, "I alone did it." Gentz telling these new details to a fellow inmate inside the Macomb Correctional Facility. That inmate relaying Gentz's word to a private investigator who then presented Bob Bashara's new attorney with this affidavit signed by Joe. Gentz saying, quote, "I could not longer live knowing that Mr. Robert Bashara was completely innocent," and further explained to him that Mr. Robert Bashara was not even in his house when I killed his wife. Will this new twist get Bob Bashara a new trial? Local 4 legal analyst Neil Rockheim.
You can't get any more compelling than the gunman in a sworn affidavit swearing under the penalty of perjury that he acted alone.
Back here live, we're just scratching the surface of what Joe Gentz is saying in his affidavit now. This has been admitted into court. There's going to be a hearing on this coming up at the second week of February. Coming up live at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear the very words of Joe Gentz, what he said then, what he's saying now, Carmen, in this affidavit. Back to you.
If you remember, Sean, Joe Gentz refused to testify against Bob Bashara in the original trial. Has he changed his stance on that as well?
As a matter of fact, he thought he was going to get some kind of deal from prosecutors. He didn't get that. He refused to testify. Now he is saying here that if I'm called to testify, I will do so to the facts attested with herein this affidavit. Joe Gentz's words here. We'll see how far this flies in court. Could result, though, in a new trial for Bob Bashara.
All right, our Sean Lay reporting for us live.